Well, good morning and welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show. How are you? Are you all having a good start to your day? I hope so. It is a Wednesday. We're going to do a little Wellness Wednesday talk. We also have some really exciting news, and I need you to weigh in on a lot of the things that I'm going to be telling you here in the next hour. It has to do with celebrations during the holidays that we are going to do together. Yes, one of them is going to be in Kirkwood. One of them, and it's a big one, is going to be in the Cottleville area. And then I need you to weigh in on things that you want either during the holidays or maybe in the spring and summertime that you've all been weighing in on, but now I really need to narrow it down. So you're going to play a huge role in what we're going to be rolling out that has to do with everyday items, kind of like this. You all know I love to light a candle. When I'm on set, I have like two or three that are lit. I used to light one here. In fact, that's how we started the show. I would light one every morning saying that we wanted to be the light that helped you see through the darkness in your life. So I am going to light one this morning. Now, this isn't ours from our brand, but that is something that's coming. I know a lot of you talked about candles. What would that smell be like, by the way? I'm thinking of kind of the resort smell that's real popular right now, or you think about going to the Four Seasons, or maybe it's a holiday smell. I'm going to have you all give me that fragrance. This one I just bought. It's called New England Orchard, and I bought it when I went to the St. Louis Crisis Nursery event over the weekend. So a candle for sure. We'll be talking about all of that. I want to give you your forecast. Good morning to all of you. One fell swoop as you're signing on this morning. We're going to give you the forecast. I've got some news you can use, and then we're going to talk today about those GLP-1 drugs. That are they healthy? Are they beneficial? Are there some dangerous aspects to them? We're going to talk about that. When it comes to people needing to be on it from an obesity standpoint, a diabetic standpoint, is it covered by insurance? Is it not covered by insurance? What's not covered? We'll talk about that coming up about 7:20 this morning. I have a physician that's going to join me. Dr. Angela Fitch. She's the founder and the chief medical officer, former co-director of the Massachusetts General Hospital Weight Center. So we're going to discuss things with her. Some people buying these GLP-1 drugs just off the internet, just giving them to themselves. I think that's the most dangerous thing. And I want you to weigh in. For those of you that are or know someone that is buying them. In fact, I went to a Forbes article, and I'm going to share that with her coming up here shortly, of the best GLP-1 medications of 2025, according to Forbes Health. But some of these you can just easily buy off the internet. And I get it. You're trying to save money. But what kind of damage is being done? We're going to talk with her coming up in about 15 minutes. All right, let's get into your forecast. So good morning, St. Louis, Missouri, Southern Illinois, and to all across the United States and in other countries. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, broadcasting to you all over the world. So today is going to be gorgeous in our area, 64 degrees, 39 for the low tonight, and it's sunshine today, by the way. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 64. Friday, we're getting back up. I mean, look, as we get into the weekend, this is nuts. 74 on Friday. We are on to 77 comes Saturday. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, definitely get outside, make some outside plans. Down to 49 Saturday night. And then we do have a slight chance, very slight chance of rain on Sunday, 63 for the high. It's going to be amazing all the way through the weekend. And I love the fact that we're getting that into the weekend. And then we go to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. And pretty much it's going to be in the low to mid 50s with very slight chances of rain. But enjoy this stretch, because we were just talking about how crazy cold it was. And now we're getting into that spring, summer type weather again. All right, before we get into news you can use, Gabriel is at home for you, moderating. He'll be dropping things in for you, getting ideas for us, and then giving me notes back to what you're all saying that you want to see as part of our rollout. Okay. Some of that is going to be coming here in the next few weeks because you're all Christmas shopping. And so many people have written me privately saying, hey, we want some know your value stuff. And we want it on coffee mugs. We want it in a journal. We want it on dog items, etc. All right. We're going to get into that in just a second. Hi, Sean and Christy and Linda and Char and Julie. Christy said, I love a fresh linen smell. Girl, I do too, especially in the kitchen or in by the laundry area, or maybe even put it into a guest bathroom. Stephanie, good morning. Julie, good morning to you. Gabriel, again, good morning. Linda, I love a sugar cookie smell around the holidays. And my husband loves the pine scent since we don't have a real tree. Linda, my husband and your husband are identical. So I have that spray. Oh, we could maybe do something like that. There's a spray that you can put. You all do that all over your Christmas tree that gives that scent as well when we don't get a real tree. We have a couple times, not sure if we're going to do it this year, but yes, I have one of these candles. It's actually not the regular Christmas smell, but it's that really beautiful pine smell. So yes, I like that. Still in Minnesota. It was 50 here yesterday, Stephanie says. Babs, good morning to you. Yes, I love for you all to say good morning as you're signing on, because after all, again, this is your community. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Okay, if you live in our immediate area, you know where Chesterfield, Missouri is. Well, folks, this was scary. This happened last night at about 6 p.m. and two people were on board this plane. I'm going to start with the good news. They are okay. It happened at Wilson and Walnut Hill Farm Drive. Wilson and Walnut Hill Farm Drive. About 6 o'clock last night, there were tons of emergency responders. This small plane went down, as you can see, right into those trees. Again, the great thing is that you look at that and think that, did anybody make it up? Yes, two people were on board. And fortunately, as I mentioned, they are doing okay. So we start with that this morning. Again, I'm so happy to hear that we're not coming out with a horrible outcome to that. We've been talking about the government shutdown for some time now. Well, as we wait to learn the future of SNAP, Missourians may see partial benefits today. Not just Missouri, but Illinois as well. After requesting more information from the Missouri Department of Social Services, KMOV was told by officials that Missourians may, and I'm stressing may, even see partial benefits starting today. Even as the U.S. Supreme Court debates the legal challenges to SNAP funding, some Missouri residents could see those payments hit their accounts. This stems from a U.S. Department of Food Agriculture guidance update last week, directing states to issue partial November SNAP benefits based on recent developments. And the Missouri Department's EBT vendor has been notified and confirmed that they are prepared to receive and process Missouri's SNAP file. Perhaps Illinois residents seeing dollars too. The Trump administration has not provided Illinois or other states with full funding for the benefits this month, despite having the funding to do so. So we'll be keeping an eye on these partial benefits, again, to Missouri and, again, possibly to Illinois. Now, we're going to stay with some interesting news that I saw for those of you. And I will tell you, we have been a little bit lax in what we were doing on TikTok. Are you on TikTok? For those of you that are, we're talking about possibly streaming live on TikTok, okay? Don't know. I mean, obviously, that's where a lot of the younger generation, that is where you can have an incredible amount of growth. We've done a little bit there, dropping in some stories, reels. Let me know if you want us to be on TikTok, do some fun things, etc. This is a little crazy. A TikTok influencer has been ordered to pay $1.75 million for having an affair with a manager and destroying his marriage. This is incredible. This was in North Carolina. A TikTok star from North Carolina ordered to pay that after having an affair with her manager, which broke up his marriage with his now estranged wife. All right, follow along here. The lawsuit against this woman, and I'm not going to give the name. I don't think that's necessary. The lawsuit, though, this woman has almost 3 million followers on TikTok, about 275,000 on Instagram. This lawsuit was filed in May of last year. And in that suit, the woman was accused of having an affair with her manager, which his wife claimed destroyed their marriage. Okay. In the lawsuit, the wife alleged that this woman had a sexual relationship with her husband and that she engaged in behavior designed to seduce him, flaunted her affair and romantic relationship in public and private places. Now, this soon claimed that the affair caused the woman's husband to leave their home and their children, and alleged that he moved in with the woman in Greenville, North Carolina. So that woman was sued for both alienation of affection and criminal conversation. A jury found that she was liable for both counts. This was just a couple days ago. The jury ordered the woman to pay the woman, the estranged wife, $1.5 million for the alleged alienation of affection, and then another $250,000 for criminal conversation. Can you believe this? The case was a civil matter, so the woman did not face any criminal charges. Her videos, by the way, each garner hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok. Her content mainly things like shopping, makeup, cooking, and home life, or should I say breaking up home life. All right, I just put that in myself. But isn't that crazy? I mean, you never know what you're doing out there and seducing someone, and then that person on the other end is saying, yeah, you're not getting away with this. This is what I'm going to do. Almost $2 million. That's incredible. Okay, here's my question. I love to know my audience. How many of you watch Dancing with the Stars? Now, I did religiously. After Max went off the show, I was a huge Max fan. I didn't as much. I'm a big Derek Huff fan. It is the most popular show according to Nielsen ratings. In fact, there are many other shows that are trying to figure out how they can get their increase of people watching on TV again. So, what the heck? It's become the coolest show on TV. Dancing with the Stars actually embraced social media. That's why, see, they're blending it together and its own corniness to score an unexpected revival in its second decade. That's how long this has been going on, in its second decade. At 20 years old, Dancing with the Stars is a rare reality TV show that's achieved that kind of monumental success, getting its busy young fans to set aside TikTok for appointment TV. And that's typically not what we see, right? With Gen Z or millennials. But look at these Nielsen ratings. I mean, 2 decades in. All right. So I want to know, are you watching? The show's 20th anniversary special aired last night. It's been a TV fixture for so long that it's nostalgic for many viewers and participants. Young TV watchers, they're generally hooked on older TV shows. Their passion for Dancing with the Stars is particularly fascinating. The result of some savvy moves on the show's part. Strategic casting of zillennial-friendly celebrities, itself social media presence, and unabashed embrace of its own corniness has drawn in some new viewers. So tell me, are you watching? I'm going to have to watch again because you all know I'm a huge dancing fan. I used to love Dancing with the Stars. I think here's the deal, and it probably is that they were trying to attract some of the younger audience. I started seeing the people that were on there, and I'm like, who's that? Okay, who's that? Who's that person? Who's the actual professional? Oh, it's that one. Okay, well, who's that? So are you watching? Are you lending, I should say, to the Nielsen ratings of helping them score as high as they are? Or did you forget about the fact that Dancing with the Stars is on? I used to watch American Idol. I would watch America's Got Talent, not as much as American Idol. So You Think You Can Dance. I loved Dancing with the Stars, but all those reality TV shows, I just stopped watching. So yeah, tell me if you're watching it. Okay, I think this is so cute. Budweiser has released their new holiday can, and look at it. It features the Clydesdales. More importantly, the Clydesdales walking in the snow. The beer company drew their inspiration from their Super Bowl commercial for the seasonal packaging. The Clydesdales have called St. Louis home for 90 years. The horses are featured on the new cans, along with a holiday stein. It is available for purchase. You can see the Budweiser Clydesdales in person, by the way, at the Brewery Lights in South St. Louis, starting on November 22nd. Are you all ready for the holidays? I mean, it's crazy we're talking about this already, right? In sports news, our Missouri governor is floating the idea for a retractable roof if the Chiefs renovate the stadium, first of all, as the Chiefs weigh whether to play future games in a renovated Arrowhead Stadium or a proposed dome in Kansas. Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe floated a potential mixture of the two concepts aimed at keeping the team in his state. Yeah, we've been talking about the possibility of it maybe going out of Kansas City, Missouri. But what do you think? Would you like a retractable roof? Do you like if you go to NFL games, do you enjoy being out in the elements? I mean, obviously, if it's not crazy cold, those Packers fans, I got to give it to you all, you cheeseheads, you are diehard sitting in some of that blustery, blizzard-like temperatures. Buffalo Bills fans as well. Would you like that, or do you want to be enclosed? I personally like to be enclosed. Like when you go and watch the Blues. The Blues beat the Flames. Yes, go Blues. The final was 3-2 against Calgary last night. Congrats, guys. It's the Flyers and the Blues this coming Friday. 7 p.m. will be the face-off, and then it's the Golden Knights in St. Louis on Saturday. That game coming up at 7 o'clock. All right, I love this National Day of Calendar today. Look at this. National French Dip Day. Take that along with some soup. It's National Chicken Soup for the Soul Day, and I love those series of books, by the way. So a little French dip, a little soup, and that's what you get for lunch. Or you can have a pizza, but don't put the anchovies on because it's National Pizza with the Works, except for anchovies. However, all right, let's give you anchovy fans some time to say why you would. Do you put anchovies on a pizza? What's your favorite pizza, by the way? I love if we were together, you'd be shouting things out to me. Do you put ham and pineapple? Do you do the whole Hawaiian style pizza? Anchovies. Never had them on a pizza. I have tried them in life. To me, they're crazy salty. But you tell me. All right. I like to get to know you all. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments. Dusty, good morning. She said, morning all. Stephanie, I'm from Minnesota. I live in St. Louis now, but I miss it so much. And I met Dusty over the weekend, and she is a doll. Janet, good morning to you. Stephanie says, I live in Columbia, Illinois. I came home for my uncle's funeral. Yes, but she's from Minnesota. Sorry for your loss. Rose, is it true you guys are getting a Trader Joe's? Oh, in Columbia? All right. See, let's see how they all talk. I just love it. You're all like, good morning. We're all having a party here. Christy says, I do, and I love it. Dusty, I just started watching Dancing with the Stars. All right. Team Robert. Now, who is that? Who's Robert Irvine? This is what I'm saying. I feel like now you're making me feel old. Now I'm out of it. Christy says, I love it. My husband hates it, but tolerates it since I love it so much. I saw something on social media the other day, and I'm like, is this real? There was a couple watching the results, and they were getting frustrated. So who's Andy? That's what I want to know, first of all, because I haven't watched, but I just saw this quickly on my feed. And they were frustrated that they were saying, who is voting on for Andy? Is Andy still on the show? That's the question I'm going to ask you, first of all, whoever Andy is. But this guy and this girl were so mad that somebody got voted off and that guy kept going through, that he took his golf club and he smacked the TV and busted the TV. And I sat there and went, is this real? Or I can't tell anymore if it's AI or what's going on, but I don't know if you all saw that. And then secondly, tell me who the heck Andy is. Never mind. I just figured it out. I did it out. Christy says, Robert, you put Irvine. I know it is. It's Irwin. It's Bindy's brother, correct? Is he still on there? That makes me excited, and that would make me watch because I saw him dance in a couple of clips on social media, and he was just as good as she was. She won after all. Remember that. So Robert Irwin. Okay, if that's who you're talking about, I would be all about that, and I could come in here. How many more weeks do they have left, by the way? My husband hates it, but tolerates it since I love it so much. Okay. Last night's show was awesome. A real tearjerker. Well, shoot. I hate that I missed it. Good morning, Kathleen. Let's see. Christy says, I like a good cheese pizza. Good morning, Luann. Old-fashioned sausage and bacon, Latanya says. Steve Irwin's son. Yes, Irwin. Got it. Robert Irwin is Steve's son. I'm a classic pepperoni guy. Okay. Andy Richter, okay, was Conan O'Brien's sidekick for years, so he has Conan's whole fan base voting for him. Is he not good? I'm imagining that's the case. Christy says yes. 2 weeks left. Okay, so see, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon here at the very end, and I'll jump in on it. Rose, my hubby loves thin crust, but we love Panteras and O'Fallon. Oh my God, Rose, that was my first job when I was 16 years old. Yes, we stopped by that one as well. The Hunk, we all wore the t-shirts. Uncle Leo's Deluxe. So we were asking, and you can feel free to drop it in now or when you watch this on replay. Do you like anchovies on a pizza? Because after all, as we said, today is do the works, but leave the anchovies off. Grab your French dip. You can grab your chicken soup for the soul. Do it all together. All right, keep those comments coming in. Are you watching Dancing with the Stars? Thank you, by the way, for all letting me know. We have a couple weeks left. So do we all collectively want Robert to win? I'm thinking that that's the feel. And then Bindi came in from Australia, evidently, and stayed here for the last few months to be there for her brother. Okay, we are going to come back. We've got some exciting things to tell you about our 750th show celebration. Also, our big holiday show that we do every year with the Kingsbury Place Carolers. We're going to be in Kirkwood. We'll tell you when that is. And then I'm having you all weigh in, all of you Monica's Maniacs that are asking for the merchandise before Christmas and into spring and summer of next year. I've heard you loud and clear. You want a mug? You want candles, you want journals. I get it. You want things for the dogs. All right, we'll do all of that. Christy, Andy was not good, but made progress every week. People liked him because he had no dance experience. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I told you we got some health and wellness on this Wellness Wednesday. So for those of you that are very intrigued by the GLP-1 drugs, and you've been doing that with your doctor, great. But what about all of you that are trying to save money and you are saying, I'm just going to buy it on the internet? Ooh, is that beneficial? Saving money? You're frustrated with insurance, but is it healthy? We're going to talk about that. So don't go anywhere.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Thankful to Monica for having me on the show here today. I just love having the opportunity to try and help other people. There are a lot of people in my life that were there for me in my time of need, and that was important for me today to talk to Monica about that. You know, you can get low and then work yourself back up to where you want to be, and people around you can help you do that. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what Monica tries to do here with this show. In fact, I know that's what she wants to do, is she wants people that are like-minded to help each other, to point each other in the right direction, to lift each other up, not put each other down. It was amazing for me to sit in here and talk with Monica, and hopefully it helps somebody along the way. I know that every show that she puts on is fantastic. It's worth your while to be tuning in every single day. Don't worry about some of the negativity around the world, whether it's on TV and this, that, the other. Tune in here to Monica and let her tell her story as well as her guests tell their story. There's always something that you can get from somebody else. And if you pick up just one little thing that helps you, that makes this a success. And that is why I'm here with Monica today.
And if you don't recognize him, that's Jamie Rivers, former St. Louis Blues player. Thank you so much, Jamie. Loved having you on the show. And as he said, get up every morning and get educated, laugh together, cry together, get a little hope and inspiration. Today, I want to educate you, okay? We are going to talk with our guest about GLP-1s. Now, for those of you that don't know what those are, we'll let our guest tell you. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Again, Dr. Angela Fitch, I mentioned earlier this morning, the founder, chief medical officer at Knownwell, former co-director of the Massachusetts General Hospital Weight Center, and faculty at Harvard Medical School. She graduated from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine, went on to do a residency. She was the chief resident in internal medicine for another year, and then moved to Minnesota to be a primary care physician for 8 years for Fairview Health Systems. And she developed her skills and passion for treating obesity in the primary care setting, and also developed a medical home model and a new system of primary care delivery. So a lot of people have been talking in the news here on our shows about GLP-1s. Let's bring our guest on. Dr. Fitch, how are you this morning?
I am wonderful, Monica. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for covering this very important topic.
You're very welcome. We've talked about it a lot over the last 3 years, and people that are, diabetic, they say, okay, this is something that's been prescribed for me, or people who are in a obese classification, but they're scared because they say, okay, well, there's Wegovy out there. There's, again, we could go Ozempic, I could go on and on. We see the commercials for it, but then it becomes, but is it covered by insurance? And people are saying, well, now I'm having to pay out of pocket and it's so expensive. I'm going to show a Forbes article here in just a second with this long list of recommendations of what people can get. I looked at that last night, Dr. Fitch, and immediately all of these ads are popping up for hers on my Facebook. It's crazy. So I want to talk about it, though, for those that are trying to save money and they're going the route that's not from their doctor. How dangerous is it?
Well, the big thing is we don't know, right? Meaning we have data to show that patients who are using compounded versions of these medications are twice as likely to be hospitalized. There are multiple reports even of people that have died due to using compounded medications. So we don't have a lot of data because they're not regulated by the FDA. And because they're not regulated by the FDA, we don't have all the data we have in something that is regulated, right? Because it's off in this different area that we've created effectively, because patients with obesity have been marginalized and undertreated for a century. And that's what we're trying to fix in the country, is how can we get better access to the chronic disease of obesity and effective treatment for it.
So for the people that are being prescribed it from physicians, is there a max amount that they are able to have under insurance and then they're paying out of pocket?
No, so for the way it works in the United States is that obesity is not covered as a standard benefit on your insurance. This is the problem. This is what we've been trying to fix. And so because Medicare didn't cover it for a century, then commercial plans didn't cover it either. Now, as of last week now, it's very exciting that there's a new development in that Medicare will now be able to cover these medications because of some of the work between the pharmaceutical companies and the current administration. They'll be able to get coverage for Medicare. And we're hoping that that spills over to the rest of the country as well in commercial plans as the cost of these medications comes down, because we do have data to show that they are cost effective, meaning that treating obesity, the savings you have from treating the disease, because now you're treating, there's over 200 other diseases that go along with obesity. If you treat the root of the problem, the obesity, you treat all these other things as well, and that has a cost savings associated with it. So because of some of this data that's coming out, I think over the next year or two, you're going to see much more coverage for patients. That's our hope, at least, that patients would have access to FDA-approved treatments and not something they have to question about whether they're getting, the right thing from a compounding pharmacy.
Well, and again, I told you I was going to show you an article in just a second here. Again, if you're just tuning in, Dr. Angela Fitch, past president of the Obesity Medicine Association. While we have her on, if you have any questions for her or any aha moments or comments, please let me know. Julie just said I was on Zepbound for 6 months and only lost 15 pounds. My insurance covered it, so now I'm off that. Okay, and now so some people sit there and go, I almost feel like sometimes people have weighed in, Dr. Fitch, and they've said, I almost get addicted to it. I see this weight drop, and then I'm like, oh, let me keep going, let me try different ones. This one's not working for me anymore. Maybe my body got immune to it. I'm going to try it over here. So from the mental side, it's also playing tricks on them. What's your comment on that?
Well, I think that's why it's very important to work with a clinician who's going to care for you for the long run, right? This is a chronic disease, the treatment of obesity. And when we look at weight loss, we should also look at percent weight loss, right?
Right.
So 15 pounds doesn't mean much to me, depending on what the weight of that person was when they started,
Right.
right? We know that these medications, we know it's first of all, it's not natural for the human body to lose weight. It's not normal for us to lose weight. So losing weight is an unnatural thing that we're trying to accomplish for various reasons. And again, we should be doing it for the health of it, not the weight of it, right?
Mhm.
We shouldn't focus on a number on the scale. We should focus on, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to improve my health, my well-being, my longevity, my health span, not just about, what is the number on the scale.
Well, right. And we always talk about how did the weight come on, right? Addressing the root cause of the problem. And then people get to a point where they're losing 40, 50, 60 pounds with the GLP-1s, but never have addressed why it came on in the first place.
Yeah, it's important to have comprehensive longitudinal care. At the Obesity Medicine Association, where I was the past president and had been on the board of directors for over a decade, we have written position statements that help patients understand that it's important to have comprehensive care. That's behavioral, that's lifestyle management, that's physical activity, and nutritional counseling, right? Because all of us, no matter what our body size and no matter what type of issues we have, can work on living into a healthier lifestyle, because the lifestyle we have by default, just by nature, isn't designed to promote health and well-being.
Absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in, you can see we're talking with Dr. Angela Fitch. I'm going to show this. I had mentioned that I found this on Forbes going through saying, here's the best GLP-1 medications of 2025. And as you look at this, there are many that people are going online saying, oh, okay, well, let me see. They're saying that this one's excellent. Let me go through Remedy Meds, Medv, Noom. I see so many commercials for Noom, Sprout, Friday's Health. Again, I mentioned Eden, and all of a sudden I got hers all over my page, Hims, Ready RX. So, doctor, people see these and then they say, oh, well, they're recommending it on Forbes. Let me go and buy that. That's dangerous.
It is, because again, these are not, because we've had such poor insurance coverage for the disease of obesity, not just the medications, but frankly, there's been a lot of stigma and bias against the idea that, losing weight is under an individual's willpower or personal control. We know now that it's not. This is a chronic condition, a chronic disease that has a multifactorial, just like other chronic diseases, hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, cancer even. they all have lifestyle components in addition to a biological component behind them. So frankly, a lot of these ads and this movement, this internet movement around access to these has been very predatory. And this is not something that we want to go online and get access to something that isn't an FDA approved version of the medication, because we don't know what's in it. We don't know how it's going to affect us. And more importantly, we don't know how it's going to affect us long term. And this is a long term condition that needs treatment.
So what are the greatest risks? Because people are taking it, they're, saying, oh, this is really, really working for me, but they don't know. Where are we 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now?
Well, that's what we don't know. We know that with our current FDA approved versions, but the issue is that there's no generic, right? There's no generic version of the medication for the compounders to put into the compounding. So again, when a medicine goes generic, then we have generic production of it. And even then, even generic production of medications is not always the same as the original pharmaceutical company that created it. So we do have to worry, even in our generic world, about the quality sometimes or the efficacy of these medications. And now we have something that's completely outside of the generic world. And anytime we mix, doing things for money without regulation, typically, bad things can happen. Meaning there can be impurities in there. There could be a change in the molecule. These molecules are these medicines, these GLP-1 agonists as medication, are activating a receptor that we have in our body, that we have natural GLP-1 in our body. And if you are taking something that isn't of high quality, you could make antibodies to that medication, and then that medication won't work for you anymore. And it won't, it could be something where you get antibodies to your own GLP-1. And this is probably the biggest, thing we worry about, is that the patients will be getting lower quality things with impurities in them that will create some sort of long-term issue. And that's where we really would advocate that things should come from an FDA-approved source.
Let me end with this. Again, Dr. Angela Fitch, past president of the Obesity Medicine Association, talking about this. Important to talk about it. I want you to understand that there could be issues when you are just trying to buy it online. First of all, it's always scary to me to think that people are just buying things online and they're just injecting things into their body. They don't know what's in
Yeah.
it. That blows my mind, first of all.
Well, we typically don't do that with medication, right? We have an FDA for a reason, to keep us safe. And if these things are beyond the FDA control, who knows what's happening is the thing. And it's a marginalized group of people that are undertreated and undercovered, right? I mean, not covered, underinsured, and that's what we worry about.
We do know that there is an epidemic problem with obesity, childhood obesity. So it is that, yes, we want people to get healthy, but that's why you would go to a physician and let them say, okay, this is what we need to do. And they're monitoring you. You're not just, and that's the other thing, is they don't, first of all, they don't know what they're putting in their body. And then who knows what the amount is. They may get addicted to the fact that they're losing the weight and, hey, let's take more.
Well, and also, there's been overdoses, people dosing it wrong, and that can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, dehydration, kidney failure, things that are very serious. So again, it is important to seek comprehensive chronic care from someone you can trust. Our clinic is called Known Well, and we see patients across the country, 50 state virtually, taking insurance and covered, the visits are covered, by your insurance. And we have clinics as well in 6 states across the country. So seek out someone that you can trust, that you can, get chronic long-term care for this disease.
Absolutely. And then it's also the fact that when you have someone who is watching your care, they're taking the steps through and they're saying, okay, what led to the amount of weight that was put on? If, you're in the obese or overweight Okay, that was the craziest thing. Somebody said, I don't want to hear that anymore. I'm going to take you off the air. We're back, folks. That was just very weird. Suddenly, I thought that Dr. Fitch just got kicked off, but it was on us. We took a hit here on the internet. Sorry about that. And I hope that Gabriel maybe can post like, hey, we're back. Looks like we've lost some of you because you were like, what the heck happened to you? Where did Monica go? We are back here. Let me see. For those of you I didn't get a chance to talk to, go back to, yes, Julie had said I was pre-diabetic. That's why my doctor put me on it. And I hope that I can get back to Dr. Fitch and tell her so sorry that we just abruptly got kicked off. Babs, been in the old Baker building at MGH. My healthcare was for 72 years. The care was intelligent and based on fact and research. Dr. Fitchburg is in that tradition. Dr. Fitch, delighted you are giving her time to inform. Yes, Babs, thank you so much. Jenny, good morning. Great show. Karen, we didn't just lose sound. We lost everything. Let's see. Oh, can you not hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. I think it was just the fact that you couldn't see me. Let me make sure that you can still hear me. Gabriel, let me know that. I'll look down at my phone to make sure. We completely got kicked off. So I'm hoping you all can hear me now. Please let me know. The answer is, oh, we can. Thank you very much. All right. So we are back. It's 7:39. So here's the thing. I want to tell you about some exciting things. And I hate that we got kicked off and lost some of you, but hopefully we can get some of you back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All of you that are saying yes, that you can. And I hate that we so abruptly. Hey, Diane over on Instagram. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Sorry that we didn't get a chance. Thank you. I appreciate it. D Baxter over on Instagram as well. So you can hear us now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Again, took a crazy internet hit for about 2 minutes. We're back, and I'm excited to tell you about what we have coming up. Now, I want you all, if you can, grab your phones. Maybe you're watching on the phone. Go to your calendar because I want you to put these dates in. So, December 12th, this is a guaranteed date to put on your calendar. And normally you don't get a chance to join us for this. We had like a big celebration show in the December 2023 timeframe, and people were outside holding 200 banners. It was super, super cool. This one, Mark is saying, yeah, sure. Let them come. Mobile Monica Live, December 12th, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're talking about Life is Like a Precious Pearl, celebrating 30 years of Christopher's, and they combine the family of tradition. So it's Christopher's and Ma Gifts. Holiday times here, it doesn't feel like it as we get into the 70s, but it is. And it's going to be here before we know it, going into Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm going to be on December 12th at the STL Gift family of brands, Christopher's and Ma Gifts. Again, 30-year celebration of the memories of the holidays, many more to come. Their motto, by the way, is right along with ours. Theirs is be kind and gift kindly. I mean, it's a perfect brand to brand partnership. So how many of you have been to Christopher's in the past? How many of you have come to one of our past shows? Everybody always says that this is one of their favorites. We bring out the carolers, the Kingsbury Place carolers. They are incredible. And I cannot say thank you to them enough because what they provide for us, the music of the holiday season, it just puts you in the spirit. So if you're not in the spirit right now, trust me, you will be by the time that you see this show, because it's, again, they're so amazing. The KPS group, Kingsbury Place Singers. Thank you for all that you do for the community. Again, singing for these incredible charities. So I asked them, where can we write the check to? Maybe some of you want to hire them to come to your holiday events, your get-togethers. They can do that as well. A lot of volunteers, and they're so amazing, and they get into the period dress. So they're going to be with us on December 12th. Yep, Julie said, I love Christopher's. Born in the old Baker building, spell check. Oh, okay, Babs, no problem at all. So for those of you that haven't, you've never been to Christopher's, let me tell you what, you are missing out. They are in the Kirkwood area, and some people have gone to when it was Mark Anthony's was on the corner right there in Kirkwood on Lindbergh. That though then became they like I said, they put the brands together. They put Mark Anthony's gifts with Christopher's, and it became one brand together, which I love. So if you have not ever been to Christopher's, you have not ever maybe shopped online before, like I said, you are absolutely missing out. Let me just show you. Okay. This is Christopher's website. You can go there before you come to our show on December 12th and say, oh my gosh, I didn't know they had this. I didn't know that they had that. I want to shop there. I know you do. It's the season. St. Louis's premier destination, gifting their cherished precious memories, gifting and accenting your life. Be kind, give kindly. I love it. So many things, as you can see, for your home. Look at, we can get ready for right here. Get ready for next summer as we get ready to possibly talk about snow. This has become very popular. This spiked cider, these 10-ounce bags. I bought a bunch last year. There's so much that they have, so many brands that you'll recognize. Joseph Ribkoff's one of my favorite. Mariposa, Mud Pie, Nora Fleming. Again, if you know these brands, why buy from anywhere else when we've got someone that you can support right here in our area? Let's do that. So December 12th, 7:00 in the morning, our normal morning show. You're going to be able to come, be there with us, listen to the carolers. And there are many people that are telling their family and friends already, oh my gosh, I love this show that Monica does. This is one of those, yes, mobile Monicas, as you see here. We put me in the car and we drive around. If you want us to come to your business, by the way, and you want us to bring the positivity to where you are, you can book a mobile Monica like Christopher's is doing. And Christopher's isn't the only one. In fact, I say my prayers to God and say, let's continue to bring the community what they need more of in life. Let's get them together with us. Let's be a part of their lives, and that we are a part of theirs. And together we can change lives. So I say, God, where else would you like us to go? Where do you want us to be? And he started bringing more and more to us. Here's the exciting news. 750th. I wanted to celebrate with you all and to do it up big and to do giveaways and, to have some food and drinks. So we have been planning that for a while now, hoping that we were going to be able to pull the trigger and make it happen. As I put my hands together and get excited about this, we are doing it, and we are doing it in Cottleville, Missouri. Okay. The exact date is what we are going to put together for you today. Hopefully I'll finally have I'll have the exact date. I can tell you where we are going to be doing it. That much I do know. So we will be at Upshot Coffee. First of all, have you ever been there? Gabriel can drop all of these links in here for you. So Christopher's, drop in. Upshot Coffee, drop in. So people can click on all of those for us. So Upshot Coffee has multiple locations, but we're going to be at the Cottleville, Missouri one. Right behind Upshot Coffee. So again, these are all the links that he'll put in for you, and you can drop in. I just want you to click on there, get excited, be a part of this with us. Also weigh in and tell us what you would like to see for 750. So it's probably going to be maybe Wednesday or Friday of that first week of December. That's what we're looking for. So I would say a midday, maybe an afternoon, maybe a lunchtime show. What's best for all of you? So if we do it on a Friday, that's kind of what I'm going to push for, maybe December 5th. Again, this one is not guaranteed as far as the date and time yet. It's guaranteed it's happening. It's just what's going to work best with all these businesses. So Upshot Coffee, as well as Blooming Daisy. So that is right behind Upshot Coffee, owned by Susan and Wade Brewer. They also own the pizza place, the barbecue place, the ice cream place that's in the area. We'll talk about the entire family. And then Oh My Posh, yes, Oh My Posh Boutique, Amy and Maddie. I can't wait to have them as a part of this as well. Just met them over the weekend at the St. Louis Crisis Nursery event. And now we're putting them all together. We're going to shine the spotlight on their businesses, and we get to do brand and brand together that all wants positivity. And for you, I know you're all going around and shopping, right? So why not discover brand new places? How many of you, by the way, have ever been to Blooming Daisy? I love, 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 love that store. Oh My Posh, I have not been to, but I bought this gorgeous dress from them at that event. So for those of you that are looking for a boutique, for those of you that are like, hey, I want a coffee or a chai tea or some really great breakfast in the morning, and you've never discovered Upshot Coffee, this is an opportunity. This is what we enjoy, that we get a chance to introduce you to new places that maybe you've never been before. And then I know you're all about, as we are, small business, support small business. You want these businesses to not only exist, but to thrive. Well, we've got to support them. We have to ensure that they are going to stick around. That is the important part. Yes, I know that each and every person, they're like, I'm trying to take care of me and my family and our business and where we're working. I get it across the board. But when we continue to shop big box stores, we continue to have the driver coming up from Amazon, dropping this off, not going into the stores. We need to get back to that. Okay. So let's get out and support these small businesses. So that's coming up the first week of December. We have a huge opportunity to get together as this community, get out, give hugs, see each other, spread kindness, not just by writing to each other, but in person. So Christopher's December 12th, and then the big 750th celebration. And that's coming up the first week of December, again, with multiple locations. So Blooming Daisy, Upshot Coffee, Christopher's, Oh My Posh Boutique. And again, an opportunity for you to eat good, for you to celebrate with us, to come and tell us what you've loved about the show. I'm now, for the next few weeks, going to work on gathering up maybe some of your favorite guests. So now that's where I want you to weigh in here. Okay. In our final 10 minutes, here's what I need from you. In the last 3 years, and some of you maybe just started watching over the last couple of weeks, what do you love about this show? And what would you like to have on display there for the big celebration? Are there past guests that have really stood out in your mind? We're going to have a running list. I'll reach out to those past guests. Hopefully they can join us in person. If they can't, maybe they can pop in virtually and we can see them on that morning or midday or afternoon, whenever we're going to hold that show. So past guests that have really stood out in your mind, things that we've done together to celebrate this accomplishment in less than 3 years. Again, 750 shows. It's been incredible. It's been an incredible ride since March of 2023. And I just want to get out and celebrate with you. So one of my absolute favorite things to do is to get out in the community, meet each and every one of you and say the words, thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to all of these people and more. Obviously, we've had a ton of sponsors over the years, but right now we've got Legacy Physical Therapy, JG Optimal Wellness, Spas and more. And I'm going to talk about them right now. GradeWorks LLC, Crunch Fitness, we just heard about, Slyman Brothers Appliances, where we do our Foodie Friday, Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa, I'll be there tomorrow, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, I'll be there this afternoon at 4:00. Dot Fleshman Realty, she'll be joining us again coming up in December for our Real Estate and our Friendship Friday talk. So we could not do it with all of them. More of you that would like to come on board, you want to become a sponsor, you want to join that list, have us gush about you and go on and on and on, shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com. Okay, on our Wellness Wednesday, we've been checking in with Angie Hess, the owner of Spas and More. She's on her own transformation. She's been out at different shows outside of St. Louis. She's been telling us that they've been doing incredible, which makes me so happy. A lot of you that have been going in and supporting them. Spas and More, they are part of our Wellness Wednesday. If you haven't seen them or been into their showroom, please support them. 12957 Gravois Road. I mean, come on, how cool would that be for you to tell the family, look what I got for the holidays. This is what your Christmas present is, a brand new hot tub and the relaxation that you so deserve. Muscles, just trying to meditate a little bit more, find a little clarity of mind. I had one for about 10 years and I want one so bad. I just want to go back to this. It really does change your life. Spas and More, the world's largest hot tub and swim spa manufacturer. They carry master spas. And as you can see, this is the big showroom. Besides the hot tubs, they also have what's been very popular lately, the swim spas, also the saunas and the cold plunges. They've got it all there for you. So it's a one-stop shop. And for those that want to continue their water therapy, if it's not a hot tub and they say they want a swim spa, you can do that there as well. This is my favorite. Yep, this is the one that I have been falling in love with, not only for just the hot tub aspect alone, but this roof. This is, I mean, it's so futuristic looking. Isn't that cool? So if you've ever had a hot tub before and you're like, that's not what my roof looked like, that's not what my cover, I should say, looked like. Well, that's the opportunity. And there's lights up underneath that. They've got their big sales that they're doing here around the holidays. So again, thank you so much, Angie and the team at Spas and More, for being a part of our show and sponsoring our Wellness Wednesday. Okay, so Gabriel put a lot of the Facebook pages in for you that you can click on to find out more for Christopher's, for Upshot Coffee, Blooming Daisy as well. Let me see. Did you put in? No. Can you do me a favor? Put Oh My Posh in as well. Oh My Posh Boutique. Julie said we need Babs at the celebration. Yes, somebody pick her up and make sure that she's coming with us. I would love to see you again, Babs. That would make me so very happy. For those of you that don't know Babs, you missed out. Babs was a dear friend of my dear friend, Brian McKenna, one of my favorite shows we did over at her house. There we go. All right, he just clicked in. You've got all of the pages that you need to click on to be there with us. So I will ask you that. For us to do the 750th celebration, what makes the most sense for you? A Wednesday or a Friday? During the morning, like Upshot Coffee, obviously we can go and have breakfast together. We can have coffee. We can have tea. You can start your day with us, maybe go off to work. Maybe you have to grab it to go so that we can continue it. I even have an idea of doing mornings, and then we go over and do a midday. It all depends, obviously, on the businesses. We're going to hear from them because I'm very big in whatever led someone to have that entrepreneurial spirit. And we've heard some really amazing stories of the walk of life that someone came from and then where they go, right? That inspiration, where did it come from? So for those of you that have supported any of these businesses in the past and you don't know their background, we're going to do that for you. Next week, we get an opportunity to visit with all three of those businesses, tell them how excited we are that we're going to celebrate together. And these shows, I mean, I remember the one we did down in DeSoto for, was that 200, 300, 300? That was at Just Be Kind Cafe. They had the high school band out there. They had all these different clubs from the schools, all the different residents, We had such a great time. I would like to see something very similar to that. So now it's getting a hold. I reached out to the mayor yesterday. Let's make this up big. So Gabriel, Zach, and I are going to be very busy here over the next few weeks putting together what you want. What do you want at 750? That's my question. Drop a comment in right now.
Wow, I just got off live with the real Monica Adams. What a wonderful experience. I don't watch news because of all the negativity that it brings and the way it drives me emotionally to a place I don't really like to feel. So to be a part of a show that has a sole purpose of bringing positivity to the community, and then with the desire to just build people up, it has been one of the greatest joys, one of the greatest experiences that I've had a chance to be a part of when it comes to being a guest. This studio, it is fantastic. As I watched my show before I came in, I saw the lighting and I was impressed by the way this room is lit, but it is so warm and comforting to be in here. Whether you're a guest or a viewer, this show is a must watch, a must be a part of, and just continue doing great things out there, Monica. You are changing lives every day.
All right. And we love all the platforms that we are on. And we always ask you if there's a platform we're not on, you would like for us to be on. So Facebook and LinkedIn, YouTube and X, Rumble, Instagram. We've added Twitch as well. We have our audio podcast that drops tomorrow at 8 a.m. So as soon as the live show's over at Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, you can listen to our audio podcast. Okay, let's see. Rose, haven't heard yet. Lots of rumors going around. Oh, what did I miss? What did Rose say? Rose, let's go back. I don't see anything from Rose. Did I miss a comment from Rose? Maybe it was when we got kicked off. What did Rose say, Stephanie? Oh, here we go. Nope, that has to do with pizza. Huh. I missed one. So let me know. I vote for midday, Chris says. Somewhere between 11 and 1 to start so we can hopefully avoid traffic issues on our way to Cottleville. Okay, Chris, sounds good. I like that time frame as well. And the reason why, you've got Blooming Daisy, you've got the barbecue place, the pizza place, the cookies and cream, ice cream place. All of those would be opening around 10 or so. Upshot is open, I think, until about 4. And then you have Oh My Posh, which I think probably opens around 10 or so as well. So to me, I'd say we start at Upshot, have a little late breakfast, early lunch, then go fill your bellies and then go shop. I like that idea. Anybody else? Do you like it as well? Does that work for you? Again, looking at a Wednesday or Friday. I wanted to pass this along. I saw this last night. I didn't see it in the news stories today, but there was something that came across my screen that said Boeing increased their cash bonus in a new contract offer. So about 11 hours ago, this came across saying that Boeing has revised their contract offer to striking workers in St. Louis. You know, it's been going on for a while now, increasing the immediate ratification bonus from approximately $3,000 to $6,000, offering more cash up front instead of company stock. So they're switching it around. They're going to give it to you up front, but they're going to take it out from a stock standpoint. The key details of what I saw of this updated proposal that we've been following now for you for weeks, and every time I see something new, I want to pass it along. So it's for the 3,200 members of the IAM, the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, Local 837. So again, increased ratification bonus, immediate cash bonus upon the contract's approval, doubled to $6,000. Removal of stock and retention bonus. So to provide that upfront cash, Boeing removed the $3,000 value in restricted stock units and a $1,000 retention bonus that were part of the previous offers. The offer maintains a 24% general wage increase over the 5-year duration of the contract, which would raise the average base from $75,000 to $109,000 a year. And here's some additional benefits. If this goes through, the offer includes more vacation and sick leave and a guarantee that all striking workers can return to their positions without displacement if the offer is ratified. So I don't know if anybody saw this. Boeing made the offer public in a bid to end the strike, which has lasted now for over 100 days. The union leadership has urged the members to approve the deal. There is a vote scheduled for tomorrow. So I don't even see this on any of the news stations, but this came across from some things that I've been following from Boeing proposing the new contract. So I saw this on StockWits, SRN News. There's some things that they've been showing on some of these groups I've been following on Facebook as well. So we will be following that tomorrow. It won't be obviously that we have the final information tomorrow, but tomorrow, maybe by later in the day, we'll see if there's a vote. Hopefully by Friday, I can say that that it's time to go back to work. We'll see. I vote for Friday to end our week and kick off our weekend on a high note. Okay, that's Chris's comments. For those of you that are signing in, we're going to do our celebration show together. Now, a lot of you have been coming out. Obviously, it depends on where we are. So people that were able to pack DeSoto, they were down in that southern Jefferson County area, made a little trip, maybe from South County. For those of you that are in Illinois, I get it. You can't drive all the way out. But I'm just telling you, start spreading the word. For those that live in West County, that live in maybe Mid County, that live in St. Charles County, that live, out near that Cottleville area, that can swing on by, that can maybe come by around lunchtime, that can come by before they go into to work, or can have somebody run over and grab some food for them. Or if you've got the day off, you can come and shop with us. So first week of December, I will let you know, hopefully today, what the day and time is. December 12th, though, is a done deal. Come on by Kirkwood, 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll do our morning show. There's going to be some great discounts. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be carolers, and we are going to get you in the mood for the season, because again, we'll now be between at that point Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody does it better as far as the decorating than Mark Coulter and Michael Clausen. They do an incredible job. It is so beautiful every time we've done these shows in Christopher's. So keep dropping comments in. For those of you that are quiet this morning, let me know, what would you like to see at 750? And then the other thing is, I really am hoping, I'm working feverishly with Connie Bourgeois. Thank you, Connie, for being there for us with Conjetta Designs. We've been putting together some things you've all been asking for, probably for the last year, because we had our original merchandise, which, by the way, is now discounted. So for those of you that never were able to grab a jacket, men's jacket, the quarter zip, or a jacket for the girls, or the t-shirts, there are no more journals left. That's why we're going to have new journals. Julie said I could sneak away easier on a Friday. I know, I'm thinking Friday as well. I'm going to push for December 5th. Next Monday and Tuesday, you will hear from Maddie and Amy, from Stacy and Connor, and then from Susan and Wade, all of the owners of these wonderful businesses, to thank them. And please do so. Show them all the love that you always do. Show them the love next week when they come in to tell their stories before we get a chance to go to their place. But yes, support. Be there for them. Be a part of it. So Connie and I are working together on rolling merchandise out. So for those of you that love journals, we're now talking about putting a journal, a pen, and maybe a coffee mug, or a journal, a pen, and a candle together, a journal, pen, tumbler. Would you all prefer a tumbler over a coffee mug? These are the questions I have here at the end of the show, because I want to roll out what you all want. I want to have the words that we all say. Believe in yourself, right? Know your value. Be kind. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So many levels of inspiration that we've given you, and you're going to see it all over the merchandise. It's always going to say, know your value and be kind. So we're talking about our animals. A lot of people gave me the idea of, hey, we buy things for our dogs. We'd love to have something for the doggies that also say, know your value. Maybe little sweatshirts, or maybe it's little toys that they have. Maybe you put little things on their collars. Mine says wiggle butt to Adelaide. But things like that. Right now, I'm talking about some things we can roll out before Christmas. So the candle's one of them. The mug is one of the number one things people have said that they wanted. Maybe you want a hat. We'll talk about that. The merchandise side, as far as what you're going to wear, that would be more so coming out in spring. But you'll play a role in what you want it to look like. I, of course, want it to be that beautiful cobalt blue that we love so much, that we're known for. But people have talked about new journals, maybe having some devotional sayings that are throughout the journal. I like that. Or things that I have to say will make it very personal. Anything else that you can think of, because we are holding all these meetings. I'd like to team up with some of these boutiques and do little pop-ups where you can come and you can buy them in person from them, instead of necessarily buying on our website. Okay, so some ideas. That's what I told you. All right, let's do your devotional, and let's go to Too Blessed to Be Stressed, which you all are. We read from so many different devotionals that have been given to us. The originals that we bought are the 100 Days to Freedom books. This one is from Deborah M. Cody. Too Blessed to Be Stressed, 3-minute devotions for all of you that are out there today, that are loved and adored. That's what this one's called today. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. How precious are your thoughts about me. Oh God, they cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand. And when I wake up, you're still with me. That's Psalm 139, verse 15, by the way. Do you understand how valuable you are? Many people, they don't see their own value. See, that's why we say know your value. You're cherished. You're loved without limits. You are wanted. At this moment, you may feel abandoned. Maybe you feel betrayed. But feelings are not trustworthy, and they can change at the drop of a dime. Now is the time to overrule your heart with your head. Reread the scripture, or let me say it to you again. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of sand. And when I wake up, you're still with me, right? He knows you. He adores you. You got to love that. He's still with you, even though he knows you better than anyone in the entire world, inside out, failures, successes, rotten habits, weird quirks. He will never leave your side. You have to believe in that. He's absolutely dedicated to you. So dear Papa God, that's what this one says. Dear Papa God, thank you for loving me so well, so unconditionally. Forgive me when I forget your love, and help me to love and cherish you. Amen to that. Too blessed to be stressed. That's right. You're too blessed. Thank you, each and every one of you that have given us these incredible journals that we wrap up with, whether it's Jesus Calling, Jesus Listens, Too Blessed to Be Stressed, Love the Life You Have, Fashioned by God, 100 Days to Freedom, more and more and more and more and more. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, so as I said, candles to come, more journals to come. Coming into next year, you will have new merchandise, and there will be some for guys. Even though I have the quarter zips, what I'm hearing is polos, really soft, buttery soft polos with some really cool, unique designs. We're thinking about that for the guys. You like that idea? If you are watching this later from, lunchtime, or you're coming home from work and you watch this, weigh in for me. Let me know what it is that you would like to see rolled out that we can do for each and every one of you. I would like to make sure that we're listening to you, right? And that you get what you want. Stephanie, you are so welcome to each and every one of you that are watching us live or you watch us later. Do a little hashtag replay. And by the way, you do want to tune in this afternoon at 4:00. If you've never seen us on Wednesdays at 4:00, we do this. We pop the cork and we visit with Chuck Gillentine. That's going to be 4:00, Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And I'm super excited because we have a special guest today. He has one of his farmhouse dinners tonight at Defiance Ridge that they do usually about once a month. Today, we get a chance to be joined by Riley Keenan of Keenan Winery. So it's not just me and Chuck. We've got someone in from Napa Valley, super excited to hear about the wines that they're so well known for. If you have any questions, you've had the Keenan wine before, tune in for that, 4:00 this afternoon. Tomorrow, we have Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. Cannot wait to sit down and just relax with Jessica and talk about how incredible that part of your World Gala was. We'll recap all of that for you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And then on Friday, Brittany Phelps joins me. We're going to make some protein pancakes in the Slyman Brothers kitchen. Yes, I said protein pancakes. So a little health and a little fun, right? We love pancakes for breakfast, but she's putting a healthy spin on them. And I'm going to tell you what, they're amazing. They also have chocolate chips on them. So there's a little bit of that fun side as well. Thank you all so much. Hopefully we gave you some education today about the GLP-1s. We told you about some exciting things to come with our holiday shows and our 750th show. Gave you all the news that you needed. Got you update on the weather as well. And enjoy. I'm going to go out and walk the dogs right now. Again, 64 and sunshine today. It's going to be beautiful. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, even into Sunday, looks outstanding. So enjoy this stretch. It's going to start getting colder. We're going to start complaining, I can guarantee you, very, very soon. Have a beautiful one. Hope to see you at 4:00 this afternoon. If not, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., you and me will be right here. God bless you all. And remember, the greatest thing in life you can do is to be kind to each other. Yes, have a wonderful day. Christy, Char, and everybody else, God bless you.